Hello and welcome, my name is Hura, and this is my Let's Play of Europa Universalis 4, where I'm playing as England. In the last video we went to war against first Connacht here, got a little piece more of our Irish puzzle, and then we went to help our friends down in Navarra against Aragon and Naples. And we crushed them pretty convincingly, and even got a nice sum of money out of it. So right now we're just in the process of picking up our troops and getting them home. Oh yeah, and I actually forgot this. Last time we captured a transport, which meant that we can now transport 16 troops at a time. So I think I'm gonna make some stacks of 16,000 troops, just to make it easier to kind of control your armies. I've already I've played like that a lot in Europa Universalis 3. It's nice to have kind of armies ready to transport. So there's 16,000. And we'll just send them here, but we need one to send to Ireland. We just send him there on the boat. This way we have 16,000 is still a big stack. Oh, we just got the casus belli. But anyway, as I said, 16,000 is still a nice size stack, and being able to transport that just makes it easy to kind of move troops around in war. So that's the whole reason behind that. Let's see if we have a new mission we can take. Oh, of course, now we have to take Münster and we get even more power. I think that would actually be enough power to, or almost enough power to core it. So that's a nice mission. I may go into, I don't know. I really want this national idea, and right now we are like, we're about 250, 60 points away from it. It's real pain that we have this shitty king, though. Maybe once we get Münster, there's really not a lot of wars I want to declare after that. That's the biggest problem with having a regency council. That means you can't declare wars, but you can still join wars. So what I think maybe I'll actually do is I'll make my king into a commander and put him in charge of this army, and then when I go to war, hopefully he'll die. We'll have a regency council for Jane Lancaster. The regency council won't have her stats, but they will have hopefully better stats than this, and then we can rack up some extra points while we just kind of cruise, being cruise control over here. And then if we join this coalition, we can still go to war against France when and if Burgundy is going to do it. So I think that's a pretty good plan to kind of go ahead. So maybe we should just join this coalition. Can we see it? Burgundy or Lorraine? Oh, so we can see the target. Oh, it's there. Target of coalition. We are only Münster is against us, so that's not really a problem. We're gonna wipe them out now. So let's join the coalition against France. That might actually encourage Burgundy to declare war. So, but let's see. Oh, and we got a core up here, which is real nice. Now, having a core allows you to flip the culture. Having a different culture from your main culture gives some modifiers. You have greater revolt risk. You have lower tactics, you have lower manpower and lower missionary strength. So definitely, if you get like one of the Sunni provinces down here, they have a built-in missionary strength penalty. You would probably want to convert the culture before you convert the religion, but converting culture is also really expensive. It costs 100 diplomatic points to do it, so I don't think I'm gonna worry about it just yet. It does pose a little risk because of the revolt chance, but as long as we keep an army here, it won't be that big of a problem. In fact, let's just bump this up if we're going to war. So I'm not going to bother about that just yet. Maybe later, if we start to get a lot of extra points, we might do it, but let's see about that when we get there. Anyway, now I think I'm gonna declare war on Munster and unite Ireland under the English flag. Doesn't just sound beautiful? Let's do it. And I'm gonna keep the speed as 4 for this war because I think it's gonna be over quick. Let's detach the block, a siege, and then go chase his army. And we're just gonna blockade his port, just to make it a bit faster war. I'm actually even gonna raise war taxes. Oh, so we got a lot of. The Emperor has enacted an imperial reform. So this is Austria is the leader of what is called the Holy Roman Empire. And if we take this different map mode, here it is. That shows kind of the Holy Roman Empire, which is like it's not an actual empire. It's more like an more advanced kind of alliance. But Austria is right now, he's the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. The emperor is elected every time the former emperor dies. All these elector states will choose the next emperor. And while he's emperor, he'll earn imperial authority by defending his members and converting them to his faith, the faith of the empire, by getting other countries to join, which the most easy way to do that is by conquering them and adding them to your country, and by getting your next king elected as emperor. And once you have enough points, you can enact these reforms that kind of affect the countries in the Holy Roman Empire. And Austria has just made the first reform, where he centralized the empire, gaining a lot of bonuses. The emperor, so that's Austria, he will get cheaper building, more prestige, cheaper technology, while the members will get cheaper building and cheaper technology. So this particular one is a win-win situation, but later on some of them kind of favors the emperor. So for example, the Reichsregiment here gives the emperor 1 extra diplomat and 1 extra diplomatic reputation, but the members suffer 2 points of diplomatic reputation. And the further along you go in these reforms, the better it gets for the emperor and worse it gets for the countries, until at last you renovate the empire and all the states kind of is inherited by the emperor. Oh, and we also got this our free trade policies are forcing our merchants to become more innovative. One in particular looks like he could become a great man. So we gained a trader. So a trader gives 10% global trade power in addition to his points. We can't, however, we can't afford to pay level 2 yet, and I would much rather have the decreased technology cost. Can we get this? No. So we're gonna keep the guy we have. So let's kind of catch his army and destroy it. Wait. Austria declared war, and they're Hungary. France entered a coalition against me. Armagnac. Also France and all its allies entered the coalition against me. So that's worrisome. That could kind of be a problem. So if they were to declare war on me right now, I think I would. I don't think I can beat them yet. I think France still have. They actually have a bigger army now, as big as mine, and they have lots more manpower, and they have all their kind of allies here. So a war with France would still be a big problem. I don't know. Maybe I could kind of try to take my ships from coast to coast and harass smaller stacks, but it will still be a big problem, even if Navarra and Portugal went into the war. So hopefully we can be the ones who declares along with Burgundy and our coalition. But as I said, let's not worry about the future until we get there. Right now we just have to sit here and enjoy a nice siege. The last one to gather the whole of Ireland under the British flag. Unfortunately, our damn king survived. He's so bad. I was actually hoping there's an event for England. If you have no heir, there's an event that's called a War of the Roses, where you get into a nasty civil war, but in the end you get a new king. And every time I've seen the AI get through that war, the War of the Roses, they get out stronger on the other side with a great king. So I was kind of hoping for that, but I guess Jane Lancaster will do. She's not the best of heirs, but she's definitely better than her father. Oh, we can invest in new technology. We can invest in diplomatic technology. It will give us docks, which will improve ship repair and trade power, and will give us marketplaces, which is really nice, and it increases your trade power. Unfortunately, they are not worth that much for me, since most of my trade power is gathered up here in England, and once I take Leinster in the London trade node, once I take the rest of Ireland, I'll control all of the trade in this zone, and so there's actually no real reason to build marketplaces. At least not until you get some of the bigger buildings that may actually increase their production. But I could still use them down here to try and squeeze a little bit more out of Bordeaux, maybe. Anyway, we have a 5% decrease in cost because one of our neighbors has already gotten the technology. We also have discount because of our university and because of our guy here, the diplomat. What is he? He's a naval reformer. But I don't know. Maybe we should just buy it. We do get extra trade range. No, I think I'm gonna wait and see if we can get that neighbor bonus a little bit off. We don't need this right now. Especially the only place we can build it is in these two. Or we would get anything out of building would be in these two zones, and they are kind of in kind of in big dangers from France right now, so I'm gonna wait a little bit and see what happens. Hopefully we can save up. We can stockpile up to 999 points, so hopefully we can get a bigger discount. You gotta worry about the long game. So our diplomat has now spent a lot of time with the Papal State, and he reached the maximum value that we can increase our relations diplomatically, and at least we got into positive here. So yeah, we still don't have enough papal influence to influence any cardinals, so that sucks. Maybe we should use some of our diplomats. Let's try and improve relations with Burgundy. That will probably be our best ally against France. We do have some cores on Burgundy though. Yeah, here in Picardy. Maybe that's the only one. But we have a core here, so at some point we might want to go to war with them, just because it's free to take this territory. Then we could get this nice coastline. But it's not that important. It's in another trade zone, and we don't kind of have the traders to use it. Also, if we wanna, this trade zone only has trade going into it, so we can't get the trade out of it. So the only way to use this trade zone would be to collect, and we get that penalty for not collecting in our own trade zone. So we could get a little money, but unless we control a lot of the power here, it won't make that big of a difference. So it would be nicer to either dominate this trade zone, or maybe go down and dominate one of these trade zones, or just wait until we can kind of dominate the trade in the New World. But that's still a couple of years off. Almost there. Now a 50-50 chance. I think we reached our maximum modifier, so we can't get any higher chances, but it should be... Yes, we got it. Let's make the peace. Full annexation. Once again we'll piss off a couple of people, but it's the last time, and now we can just sit back and watch that the aggressive expansion tick down, and then see, in about 15 years it will be all gone. It's a lot of time, but oh, and it takes 78 administrative power to core it because of our war extortion. So we're gonna wait with that for a little while. I'll start up the coalition again. Don't care. Let's put that down to 0. And start earning some money again. And we can choose a new mission. Reclaim Normandy. That's kind of a hard mission for only 10 prestige. Papal Controller. Construct the Grand Fleet. I definitely want to do that at some point, but right now I can only support 3 more, and I need 17, so that's also a bit off. I guess I could just wait and see if something came up. I don't think I have a lot of power to influence the Pope yet. I think I'm gonna wait and see if I can get a new one. If we get into a war with France, I can always just choose this. The problem if I choose a mission, then I can cancel it, but it will then take 5 years before we get next mission. So I don't want to do that. And we got some revolt, some heretic revolt. What I'm actually gonna do, no, I have a low morale, so I'm not gonna put it in. You can choose this enable autonomous rebel suppression, or we got a call, which is nice if you do pay for maintenance of your armies, but getting your low morale armies into fights automatically is not really what you want, so you want to be careful of when you use this. Try not to use it unless you actually have some rebels to suppress. So, trade-wise, now we have total complete and utter control of this trade node. Now, the only thing our merchant is actually doing now is generating 10% extra income. So that's about 0.4 gold a month. But we will probably get more out of trying to compete up here in the North Sea. So let's send our merchant up there, and once he is there, we can send our ships after him, and we can try and pull some more trade into our trade zone. So we pull him out, wait for him to transfer, then choose our fleet here and get him to the North Sea. Let's see what we can do. So yeah, we got instantly bumped up to about 8, most from the ships here, and a little from actually all of it from ships. And then with a modifier and 2 from the merchant, but it's enough to it's actually enough to pull 1.88 gold into this trade node, which we then just get straight away. So we definitely get more gold out of doing this than collecting at home. So France declared a war on Milan. That's interesting. But I think actually this has been kind of a long video, so I'm gonna take a break and I'll see you in the next one.